Yay Networks.
Welcome to Logically Irrational with my parents, Tye Strickland and Melissa Rycroft. He's a little logical.
Until I start gossiping.
And she's a little irrational.
You've got nothing.
But together, they make the perfect combo.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of
Logically Irrational.
I feel like you're wanting to do the intro now.
No.
You always mouth it with me when I do it.
Yeah, but I don't do it myself.
Happy Friday.
It is Friday.
Yeah, coming a day late. Things got crazy yesterday. I just got back from Spirit Shop. You just took a break from work.
Yeah.
Come talk to all you guys.
Quick little break.
It's good actually that we are doing this today because yesterday I feel like the world shut down when AT&T shut down.
Oh, goodness, yeah. It was weird.
I was home, so I had Wi-Fi, but if I left and ran an errand.
Yeah, I mean, I was in my car for 2 hours
and you had
didn't get any calls or emails or.
Kind of nice, right?
I mean, weird.
We woke up and it said SOS at the top. You immediately go, get your phone. Does it say it? And I went, yeah, I already got the notification. So they say that they had, by 8 o'clock Eastern time, already had 70,000 people reporting outages. Like it was very quick.
But it was already on the news and Good Morning America and social media and all that stuff.
Sure, right.
Everywhere.
But again, if you don't have Wi-Fi, you're not getting social media.
Yeah. But like everybody has Wi-Fi at home, right?
Not everybody has Wi-Fi at home.
Really?
I don't think so.
That'd be weird.
But again, like you said, if you're on the road, then you're not getting anything.
Nope.
Anyway, happy it got solved. It was a nice, quiet 4 hours, though.
People were freaking out, too. It's like,
well, if your work depended on it, I mean,
Yeah, that's true. But you have Wi-Fi.
It was a real bad day to be an AT&T executive.
Oh, I can imagine.
Can you imagine the call they got at 4 a.m. of get up, let's solve this problem. Let's do a weekend recap. We had Little Donut. The guinea pig.
The guinea pig.
Yes. Yeah. Did you forget who Donut was all of a sudden?
No.
You looked at me.
Yeah. It just took me a second.
He was cute.
It was cute, yeah.
You held
Did we talk about that last week?
Well, that we were getting him.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we had not gotten him.
It's like these people have no clue what Donut
No, they do.
is.
I'm pretty sure we led up to it. It was our guinea pig that we got through Ava's animal science class. When there's a long weekend, which we just had, and then we'll have one in Easter, and then spring break, all the kids get to pick which animals they would like to foster for the long weekend. And so we ended up with Donut, who was delicious, but I was terrified of...
The dogs getting him?
Yes.
Yeah. The dogs were...
Yes. Bella in particular, she's an Australian Shepherd, so she's always kind of on alert. I would look at you and I'd be like, she's just staring at him.
Just staring at the cage.
Kind of like what she does when she sees a squirrel in a tree, And I went,
Let's keep them away from each other.
I don't like the possibility.
And that poor little...
It's a guinea pig. He kept calling it a pig rat.
Pig rat.
Or a rat pig.
Rat pig, yeah.
It was like, it's not a rat pig.
That poor little rat pig, anytime a dog would come around, it'd kind of start squeaking.
Yeah,
and
he did not like...
You could smell him. He'd get scared.
He's 100% prey against any of our dogs. Even Kobe, my little 3-pounder. He is.
If he wanted to.
It was really sweet, though. Ava cried when we had to give him back, even though I was like, you're going to see him tomorrow in class, taking care of him. And speaking of Ava, we had the big birthday. We officially have a teenage daughter.
Birthday success.
I think all around. Yeah. So we've already talked about this, but I kept her home from school that day and
got her hair did.
I had a couple surprises for her. Took her to the salon to let her get highlights, which I haven't let her do before now. We went next door and she got acrylic nails, which I've also never really let her do. She does the little glue-ons from the store that then she loses them an hour after she does them. So we went out to a fancy dinner that night. We took her to a steakhouse where all the kids got to come and
it was good. It was a fun weekend.
That was good.
Well, I mean, dinner.
Recap.
What, you want me to recap dinner? I had the steak and then
no.
She was excited.
She was, and
very excited.
We ended up having to move her birthday party up because of a conflict that came on the day we were going to do it. So I quickly rescheduled it for Sunday. And I think it was a huge... I mean,
how many little girls were there?
16 total.
It seemed like 50.
With Ava. They're very loud. And they were all waiting. We have a really big front porch area. And so as the girls were coming, they're all waiting on the porch, and I'd go meet and grab gift bags and stuff like that. I blend in with them. Not that my face looks like, but height-wise,
Some of them are taller than
I
you.
can walk through the sea of girls, and I'm like, I don't stand out. I don't feel like
Is there a mom here?
I'm in charge around them. And they're so loud. They're so loud. We got a party bus because we were driving about 20, 30 minutes down the road. And we had one little girl who was in charge of the music. And I kept sending you videos because I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, they're so cute. And they were having the time of their
They're all
life.
dancing and singing.
But
and
it was, for 5 hours of my day, all I heard was squeals.
what percentage was Taylor Swift?
Not a lot.
Really?
No.
That surprises
Not
me.
a lot. We had some Jack Harlow.
Boy,
I know. Selfie world.
not disappointed that I was not on that bus.
Oh.
Much as I would like to see her.
I would say you want to see teenagers in the wild.
Oh my gosh.
So we went to this place called Selfie World, and I know I've described this, but it's this huge room, and it's broken off. I think I counted there were 25 different scenes basically and sets, and every scene in front of it had its own the ring light selfie stick, so they could all hook up their phones and take pictures. They had one of the 360s that goes around the circle.
Which is really cool, except for nobody really knows what to do when they get on it.
Everybody knows.
Really?
I was watching these girls like, oh my gosh. But I did think we got in there and I went, I bet they're going to go through this in 20 minutes. It lasted. I had to reel them out at the hour. I was like, y'all, we got to go. There's another party coming in. Like, they had so much fun kind of being on their own and setting up scenes and groups. Yeah. Then we got dinner next door, and then party busted back.
Yeah.
Where I texted the moms and went, time to pick up. And
Yeah.
it is time to go.
Yeah, I saw that part, and for 20 minutes, like, it was so loud.
It's really crazy.
And they're all just like excited and hopped up on
Oh, yeah.
whatever. And my gosh.
Nothing. We had mi cocina, which is Mexican food. They
It
hadn't
was
had
funny.
dessert.
Kaysen wanted to be in the middle of it. Beckett immediately went upstairs and was like, I'm out. Kaysen was like standing on the outskirts, like kind of just looking in, like just smiling.
Again, it's when you see these girls as a pack, it is fascinating. Like, I listen to some of the things they talk about, and I'm going, man, all right, okay. But yes, I think overall it was a success. Kaysen had his first lacrosse game ever.
He did.
We had lacrosse.
Yep, he did really well.
Yeah.
Really well. I'm very proud of him.
He likes to truck people.
Yeah, he's an aggressive little dude.
It's cute.
He's not the older grade. There's two grades. It's first and second. He's in first grade. And so there's some kids that are way bigger than him. And he's
funny
not
how
scared
one
of them.
grade can make that big of a...
Yeah, big time.
At Spirit Shop today, the fourth graders were walking by. They're huge.
Well, yeah, it's
I
Beckett.
swear some of those... No, but Beckett's not bigger than me.
Right.
Some of these fourth grade kids are taller than I am.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's insane.
Yeah, it's nuts. But it was fun. Yeah, he did well. He had a couple of assists. He scored a goal.
He did score a goal.
Yeah, he was happy, so that's good. It's funny because I don't know how to coach him. He's asking me how to do stuff. It's the first lacrosse game I've ever seen, buddy.
I don't know when I learned about lacrosse, but it was not until I think we moved over
Yeah,
here. I did
even
not
what it
grow up
was.
with it. And then just some real quick housekeeping before we get into it, because March is a very busy month for us.
Yeah.
We've got spring break coming, and we take the family and we go skiing. So the week of March 11th, we're going to be gone
Okay.
from the podcast. And then not the next week, the week after that is actually our birthday trip to Vegas. And I believe that is the week of March 26th. It's right before Easter.
Okay.
And so those 2 weeks, podcasters, we will be gone.
The 11th and the 25th.
Yes.
Okay.
I will remind everybody next week because I know we like to know when we're going to be here or not. And then that's it.
Sweet.
Start it.
Yeah.
Pop news time.
Starting with some sad news. We just talked about her, I think it was last week, maybe the week before, Wendy Williams, this documentary that's coming out Saturday. I think it's Saturday and Sunday on Lifetime. It's a two-parter. And so Wendy is 59. This came out yesterday, which would be Thursday, that she's been diagnosed with aphasia and frontotemporal dementia. This is per her medical team. Now, these are the same two disorders that Bruce Willis has been struggling with.
Right.
So according to a press release, she received her diagnosis last year, and her medical team said the conditions have already presented significant hurdles in Wendy's life. Now, for those that don't know, aphasia it robs you of the ability to communicate and can affect your ability to speak, write, and understand language, both verbal and written. It typically occurs suddenly after a stroke or a head injury, but it can also come on gradually from a slow-growing brain tumor or disease that causes progressive and permanent damage. Now, the frontotemporal dementia, the FTD, is an all-encompassing term for a group of brain disorders that threatens the frontal and temporal lobes of the brain, which means that parts of these lobes atrophy, and the shrinking of these areas can cause speech issues, emotional problems, changes in personality, loss of motor skills, problems walking, swallowing, muscle spasms.
Ugh, just terrible.
Horrible, right?
And they don't even know that that's happening.
No,
Obviously.
and nobody. Obviously, we've talked about. She's battled quite a bit over she has Graves' disease, she has lymphedema. She's been very vocal about alcohol, cocaine, stuff like that. She's definitely struggled. And we talked about the trailer that came out for Wendy, this documentary coming out. And we even talked about it. She didn't look well. Like you can't really pinpoint what it is, but she did not look well. And now come to find out they filmed the documentary before she got diagnosed. So what you're going to watch in the documentary is kind of
the progression.
Right, which is really hard to think about, right? And it kind of makes you go, I don't know.
Releasing it.
Well, it was filmed between August 2022, right after her show got canceled, and April 2023. April 2023 is when she got this diagnosis and has been in a medical treatment since then. Now, she has been appointed a legal guardian that we kind of talked about, but it's not a family member. So everybody's confused going, if she's going to have a legal guardian appointed by the courts, shouldn't it be a family member? Like the family doesn't even know what treatment center she's in. Well, this woman's name is Sabrina, and Wendy apparently in this documentary, maybe not, maybe it was after, has made claims that Sabrina is stealing from her, keeping the family from her. She's making these wild claims. Sabrina has now filed a lawsuit against Lifetime to halt them airing this. So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, right now it's Friday at noon and nothing has happened. And this documentary comes out tomorrow. So it'll be interesting to see if there's any legs. Now, Wendy's an executive producer on the doc, right? I mean, they started this kind of before things progressed terribly. Right. And it sounds more like Sabrina is trying to cover up whatever Wendy could be accusing her of, as opposed to protecting Wendy.
I bet you there's no way they can stop it. She's been paid. There's contracts in place.
Her name's on the, I think what she would say is, look, she mentally can't sign the contract. You can't, unless she signed it years ago before, but Wendy's niece was on Good Morning America and kind of saying, she's like, we don't know where she is. We don't know,
That's weird.
This guardian is kind of keeping.
I could see how like the guardianship would like protect finances and things like that, but like physically where they
that's why they're like, is there something else going on where Sabrina's trying to keep the family away so that she can maintain control of assets? And I don't know. It's really, really sad though.
Yeah,
I was really interested in watching the documentary, and I do want to see it, but I feel like I'm going to be watching it with kind of
dirty.
Yeah, kind of different eyes right now. And okay, moving on to a little more lighthearted.
Yeah, that's good.
Tom and Gisele. Drama.
Yeah?
They're back together.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
Seriously?
No.
Oh. It wouldn't shock me.
No, and it's not even that big. I just, last week, though, Page Six reported that Gisele and Joaquim Valente are deeply in love. Do you remember that name?
No.
Joaquim Valente. Well, he's the jiu-jitsu trainer.
Right after they broke up.
Yeah.
Yes. No, but we knew that, right?
We did not know they were in love. Remember?
We knew they were going on vacation together.
Yes. So the quote came out and it says they've been dating since June. They're taking it slow. They started out as great friends. She's private about it and wanted to keep it quiet while they got to know each other. Now, this is the source that is saying, yes, they're madly in love. Well, other sources linked to Brady, this is to TMZ, who I believe TMZ when they say stuff, like they have a legit source, claimed that the relationship started much earlier, saying, quote, they should add 2021 after June, and then that headline would be accurate.
Ooh. What does it matter?
Yes, because they were still married.
Oh, they were?
Yeah.
Okay.
They filed for divorce in October of 2022. Now, they were separated in June of 2021, which is also the date that Brady's camp is saying that's the June that you should say this relationship started.
Okay.
So yes, like you said, they were in Costa Rica. She fled They'd filed for divorce in October. In November, she went to Costa Rica for 2 months with her kids and Joaquin.
Yeah, and that guy.
And she just said, he teaches me jiu-jitsu. He teaches my kids jiu-jitsu. He's here to help us train.
Like he's a trainer.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's kind of all that it is. And
so what's the rules on that? Like if you're separated, like don't some people start seeing others even when they're separated?
I was reading something that during the custody battle, she really wanted this quiet. Like that was the main reason that she was saying, he is my friend, even though we're photographed everywhere and you see us everywhere. Till this custody thing is over, I've got to be real careful of optics, I guess, unfortunately. And, it's got to be weird because this jiu-jitsu guy also trained Tom, right? Like they were all buddies. Tom is apparently the one that found him and hired him, brought him into the household, and then... But the same thing
I wonder if Tom's mad about this or if he's like, yeah, I knew about it.
He's dating Irina Shayk.
Right, they've moved on.
Among others.
And aren't they civil?
I think they act like it. You can't tell me though that after that many years of being married to somebody, when they move on with someone that you know and that you know was close to your family, you'd be like, ew, we're cool, but ew. Well, this same situation happened when we were talking about Kevin and Christine Costner. Do you remember that whole thing that people were saying that it was his neighbor and his good friend that she had started to see? She said, no, absolutely not. And this also came and said during the child support hearings back in August of 23, her attorney denied rumors of a romance, stating at the time that he was merely a friend amid her divorce. And it has now been confirmed that they are a couple. They have seen pictures of her, I guess, most on vacation together, but most recently she's dropping him off at his house. He's getting out with a suitcase. That was Kevin's good friend and next door neighbor. I still want to know what happened there.
Yeah, there's definitely stuff they haven't.
Yeah.
Isn't he dating somebody?
Jewel.
Oh, is that right?
Remember we saw
were
that.
doing weren't we doing the half+8 on him?
She's not half+8.
Yeah, she's older.
No, she's too young. He's an old man.
Jewel is?
Jewel.
How old's Jewel?
45.
Okay, so she's in his wheelhouse.
How old is Kevin?
Like 70. Half+8.
I'm going to say she's not. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. So anyway, that's just kind of it. Just interesting. And lastly, this is not my favorite topic, but I feel like everything I'm listening to is talking about it. Kelly Rowland and the Today Show. Have you kind of heard the drama
Not a bit.
going on with that? Well,
I
Kelly
know who
Rowland,
she is.
yes, she has a new movie coming out. So she's doing the talk show circuit and she's out promoting. And she was a guest on the Today Show at the 8 o'clock hour. And she was actually supposed to co-host the 4th hour at 9 o'clock with Jenna and Coda. Jenna was off for the day, so she was just going to be with Coda. And she apparently just did her segment, her 8 o'clock segment, and left the building. Decided, I'm not co-hosting. It has come out that she didn't like her dressing room.
That's it?
She gave up co-hosting. You know what? I just called Hoda Coda. This is my dog. Yeah, sorry.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, no. I was like, that's not right. Hoda Cobb, excuse me. That she left because of the dressing room. Now, it has been known, I guess, that the 30 Rock Plaza, which is where they tape the show, they are really small. They're not huge. But it's New York City. It's an old building.
Is, right.
Right? It was built, I think they said, in like the 1930s. And I will say, though, the Good Morning America dressing rooms were nice.
Yeah, they were huge.
Were big, but it's also not 30
Right.
Rock. But she also appeared on Monday's episode of Sherry Shepherd's talk show, and it films at the Chelsea Studios in New York City. And Sherry and her made a point to Instagram them in her dressing room at that place, which was apparently
poking fun at the
huge.
other ones.
Yes.
But did she respond to this?
No. So it's been rumored, and I don't know, but that at 30 Rock that day when she was a guest at 8 o'clock and supposed to host, there is a bigger dressing room. Jennifer Lopez just had it. I mean, you have to understand that Jennifer Lopez is a bigger celebrity, right?
But you're not like why would you leave because of the dressing room?
Well, I think it was a temper tantrum gone bad.
Okay.
You know, everybody says, I've never met Kelly Rowland, but everybody keeps saying she's super nice. She's a really nice person. It's not in character for her to do this. It could have just been on the 8 o'clock segment, she was getting asked a lot about Beyonce, and you could kind of tell she was getting, I'm here to talk about me, talk about my movie. And then she goes off stage or backstage, and she's like, and I'm in this little lousy dressing room. They're not respecting me. They don't want me here. You know what?
I'm out here.
And I think sometimes I think you can make a decision going, I'm going to show them. When in reality, I think you wake up the next morning and go, oh man, why did I do that? I didn't show them. But
who do I need to apologize to?
She's not acknowledging it, which I think if she just came out and was like, y'all, I had a bad day.
Did they announce on the show she's going to be hosting the 4th hour?
Yeah.
And then she just wasn't
even
there?
the next day, Hoda and Jenna, during that 4th hour, said, we'd love to have her back and we'll make sure that she can have my dressing room if she comes back. Like, they made a joke about it.
Okay.
Yes. It's not, people aren't just
this
making
isn't
it up.
a rumor thing.
But I think the move that she needs to make, again, is my bad.
An apology would be
I
good.
had a deal, but she's not even talking about it. She got asked about it because, again, she's doing the circuit. She's going around, and people are asking.
And did she say what? No
she's
comment.
Like, I'm not talking about that. I came here to talk about my movie.
What movie is it?
I don't even know because I don't feel like this has now gotten overshadowed. Yeah. Exactly.
I would have known if she would have hosted that hour.
So that's what I have, and then we've got a little bit of reality.
Sweet.
Reality Roundup.
So this popped up. I was doing research on something, and a trailer started playing, and I went, "Oh,
what is this?
What is this?" It's called "Still Missing Morgan." It's an ABC investigative piece, and it's on Hulu right now. Here's the trailer.
It's insane that we live in a world where someone can take a child, and we just don't know what happened to them.
Anyone who abducts a child, it typically isn't a spur-of-the-moment type thing.
You're probably twisted beyond untwisting.
It's like any other day. Our friends invited us to come see one of their kids playing this Little League baseball game.
Some other children wanted her to go play. She stopped to get the sand out of her shoes.
And that was the last time I saw her.
In 25 years of law enforcement here, Morgan is the only one we haven't found.
We started collecting video in case we caught somebody that looked suspicious.
Well, a viewer may have caught the alleged kidnapper's truck on tape.
An older model red Ford pickup.
Kids had seen somebody in the parking lot, and he just grabbed her and took off.
We have 8,300 leads in her case. Suspect composites, known offenders. It's like a jigsaw puzzle.
His DNA matched up with murders in this area.
You're potentially looking at a serial killer.
I just want to find out what happened to my kid.
And my confidence in the case is high.
Not every child who is kidnapped dies. People don't understand how you can keep relentlessly fighting, but Morgan is worth fighting for it.
I mean, eerie. It's very reminiscent of, you remember, I think it was on Hulu, the Amber Alert.
Yeah.
It's very similar to that. The synopsis says, on a humid evening in 95, Colleen Nick's life would be forever changed when her daughter Morgan was kidnapped while playing with friends nearby. They got invited to go to a friend's baseball game. They went to the baseball game, and a bunch of little girls were just walking around. And
like it happens at every
100%,
baseball game.
she stopped to tie her shoes, and when the girls went to go get her, she was gone. And she's never been seen since.
Is that not just...
Yeah. And so this documentary follows it. I think it's a good watch.
Do you know how it ends?
I've never, like, at least with the Amber, being from here, I heard about it and I knew it. I've never heard of Morgan Nick, but I'm interested. And then also out on Peacock, Love Island All-Stars.
So didn't we start something like that?
Did we start it?
Well, like 3 months ago.
No, there was a games. I think it was Love Island
Yeah,
Games.
that's what it was. And All Stars is different. All Stars is All Stars.
I did see that there are some people from the games because a lot of the, like, they Love Island UK, Love Island Australia. There's so many of them and there's so many episodes that we don't watch.
So many episodes.
So a lot of these people, I'm going, I don't know, but you know what? I remember her from games. I remember him. But I know lately we've been kind of struggling. Like, there's not a ton on every night.
We really have. But now we have some good stuff coming up.
Now we can add this at least to the list of non-brainer stuff to watch.
No
Speaking
brain.
of no-brainer, Vanderpump.
Yeah.
Still trucking.
Something needs to happen here.
I called it last week while we were watching it, and I said, I think this is it. This is the last season. It's not interesting. The only thing anybody can talk about
is Sandoval.
100%.
Right.
There's literally no other
I wonder how the
storylines.
ratings are. It's probably still huge.
I think people are still watching it, but I think producers are watching it going, if we don't get something else, because people on these things I follow, they're like, all right, I heard about it.
What's next?
Ariana's mad.
Right.
Tom's sorry,
bad
but he's
guy.
not really
Oh,
sorry.
I'm kind of looking forward to next week's.
Why? What's next week?
Or don't they go to Tahoe?
Yes.
Like the whole crew?
I mean, nothing spells set up more than people that hate each other going, all right, but we'll go.
Yeah,
I need the paycheck. I gotta gotta get paid to be on that episode.
But something will happen there. That'll be good.
Maybe. I mean, I'm just kind of, I was done with the whole Sandoval thing, and that's literally, I can't ever talk to him again. Well, I don't want her to be mad at me.
My lawyers will deal with you.
Yes, and something else that we watched, I think this was last week that we watched it. TMZ does these big investigative reports, which I usually am really, really into. And they come out on Fox and they go to Hulu. It was the OnlyFans murder.
Yeah.
Deadly
Yeah,
love
that was
story.
pretty interesting.
So it centers, had you heard about this?
No,
before?
not at all.
The infamous case of Courtney Clenny, who was a beautiful OnlyFans model who kind of got involved in drugs and made some irrational and violent decisions in her life. So she now stands accused of the murder of her boyfriend, Christian. But what makes the case even more intriguing is the claim of self-defense that on the documentary, her parents are trying to set up. So she hasn't gone to trial yet or anything. And they have all this footage from security cameras that show it was a extremely volatile relationship.
Yeah, and usually she was the aggressor.
She appeared to be.
I mean,
the
that's how they
aggressor,
spun it anyway.
But her parents are saying he fed her drugs and then got her riled up, and that it was this huge vicious cycle. And on the morning that this happened, he attacked her, and then she just went. She didn't stab him. She flung a knife, and the knife went deep enough to
kill him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
I know. Well, when there's no trial and there's no conviction, it's like I can't say anything. She's accused. She's innocent until she's guilty.
But they explained how that would be very difficult for that.
The documentary did not make her look good, is all I'm going to say. But it's fascinating when you actually see footage. They have in elevators. They lived in this huge, expensive high rise. I mean, she was making a ton of money. Being naked on OnlyFans. You know. I don't know.
I should start an OnlyFans.
You should.
Yeah.
You don't have to get full. Some people, you could be like, you like biceps? Let me just show you different pictures of biceps.
Or feet.
People do feet.
Yeah,
feet's a big one.
Yeah. That's weird to me.
Your feet are fine.
Yeah, but I don't think I make money on them.
Oh, I think you'd be surprised.
Yeah, maybe.
You'd be surprised.
Definitely not hands. My hands are all jacked up.
Well, because you've broken them and you don't fix them.
Yeah.
I attempted to fix the one that got broken, and it's fine. And also, which started last night, Summer House on Bravo.
Yeah. I love Summer House.
You love Summer House?
Summer House?
Yeah.
Summer House. I love Summer House.
I usually do. I got a little tired of it last season. After watching yesterday, I'm going
back in.
Okay.
The first episode is always like they're just getting there. They're introducing the new people. It's never that exciting.
Well,
then it gets good pretty quick.
You've got two main people, Carl and Lindsay, who nobody liked them together, didn't believe in the relationship. We're going to watch a breakup happen in real life with them, which we know. We now know they broke up at the end of filming when Carl had told production, hey, I'm about to have this really serious talk with her. If you want to get it on film, they came. It ended up being a breakup.
Wait. Do we know that?
Yes. So his side of the story is, I did not mean to break up with. This was not supposed to be a, let me ambush her and break up. He goes, but we had to have this serious conversation. And it was kind of putting a bow on, I guess, whatever happened. And the conversation just went really, really south. And it ended up being a flat out breakup.
Oh my gosh. Well, that'll be depressing to watch.
And then also, this sounds awful because I don't like watching the demise of people's relationships.
That's all we're talking about
but
today.
The two other, Amanda and Kyle, are having like they've been married 2 years, and they're kind of having that itch of like everything they do just annoys each other.
Are you talking about like that's what we watched last night?
Right.
Okay.
But that's
I think that is set up.
See, I don't ever understand why people would want you to think there's conflict in your relationship if there is not. Because their storyline could be, we're trying to have a baby. That's our thing right now, is we're trying to save up. I want a house. I want this. We can't do it all. Kyle's working too much. I mean, the clips that they show because with Summer House, it's kind of like Big Brother. They have cameras in all the rooms. And so while you have production footage, you also have secret. Right. And she is not happy with him. And he keeps going, you got to calm down. Like, seriously. I don't know. Yeah. I like getting a sneak peek. And then last thing that we started, I guess we do have a lot going on right now. The Love is Blind. We talked about it a little bit. We hadn't really watched a lot last week when we went to go recap. We are almost caught up. We have one more episode, episode 9 to watch.
And now it's getting good.
I'm so much more into the season than I was last, even though I borderline hate everyone.
Yeah, they're not very likable.
There's not a lot of people that I'm rooting for, but I am really invested in stories.
Yeah, it's good.
Stories. So we obviously have Chelsea, who's our little Megan Fox lookalike, and bless her heart, she's had a really rough week. People have not been nice to her. I don't know who I would compare myself to, but if it was somebody like a Megan Fox and everybody then came and yelled, I'd be like, oh, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't mean it. Even though her quote was, people say I look like Megan Fox. I don't see it, but it's not necessarily like she said.
That's all he heard. That's why he chose her.
Well, and so the other one, Jessica, our Kardashian, who I think they really got along until she said, I have a kid. And then you could see him, I mean, he was looking for...
Yeah, between that and the Megan Fox comment.
100%. When she said, I've got a kid, and he heard from the other one, Megan Fox, he went, all right, there's my decision. And it's going to be real...
She comes back like next episode.
I don't know if it's 9, our next episode, or if it's in the next batch, because Netflix is... They've always released all the episodes, and now they're like releasing 3 at a time every week. Yeah. But
it's a good watch.
It's going to be interesting.
About that show is when they're in the pods, it's not that interesting. But then as soon as they get out of the pods, like the first 3 episodes, then it gets really good.
I just like knowing who everybody is. It's weird because you liked the first couple episodes of Bachelor.
That's the only one that I like.
That's why I never get into it, because I hate it. And so by the time you lose interest, which would be when I start to get interest, we've missed it, and then we don't end up watching it. Yeah. I like the pods just because then I get to know people. But it's hard because they introduce so many more people than who actually goes
on the show.
On the journey. Yeah. Right? Well, then, real quick, we've got Laura and Jeremy. You remember her? She's got the long blonde hair. She's always telling him, I don't like your clothes. Yeah. Change your clothes. Well, it has come out that he was engaged while he applied to be on the show.
That's usually not very good.
Yeah. His ex-fiance's mom has come out and has called him out basically and put pictures of them up online. Said, here's our timeline. They were definitely still together. They sold their house in, I think, April of 2023. They had a house together, which was the same month that he went to go film this show. And if you remember, I think it was Laura when he was in the pods, and he was like, yeah, no, I just sold my house because I feel like the next woman I'm with, I want it to be our house. I want it to be something special. When in reality, he split with his ex-fiancée. And he was already...
how that conversation went.
I don't know. He was already cast on the show, apparently, when they broke up. So that's... You can't hide anything anymore. Like, why do you think that you can go on a show like this in a situation like that where I'm like, clearly she's going to find out I was cheating.
That used to be a thing on The Bachelor that was like, I heard he has a girlfriend. And you don't really see that anymore. Well, I mean, we don't watch it really
I would say
anymore.
I have no idea.
But they can't do that because of social media.
Mm-hmm. There are no secrets anymore. Right. You have any skeleton... And especially these Netflix ones where people binge it and then they have a couple days to start researching. I mean, I do that. I'll start looking them up on social and what are they doing? What's going on? But some people take it to a whole new level and dig and dig and dig. And then we've had our first post-divorce breakup. Does that make
Post-show
engagement breakup.
Gotcha.
Excuse me, with Brittany and Kenneth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird.
It was weird. He gave up as soon as they got home.
When they got engaged, was like my favorite couple. Remember, I went, oh my gosh, they
seemed really good together.
Yes, and some flip switched, and when she said something of like that spark is missing, rather than a normal response, which is, okay, well, what do you need from me to try to get that? Like, can we get there? He just went, all right, well, peace. I guess it's done.
It's like literally as soon as they got home, he was on his phone and he was out.
Oh my God, the phone. Have you seen the memes of his true love? It'll show
it's his phone.
him and the phone up. I mean, he's always on the phone.
I was taken up for him when we watched it. Like, he just got home. He's got a lot of work. Leave him alone. 30 minutes later, he's breaking up with her.
It's good. It's a good one.
Yeah,
and that's it.
That's all?
That's all.
That's all, folks.
Okay, everybody make sure that you like, rate, review, subscribe, all that stuff to the podcast. And Tybo and I will be here next week.
Same time.
Same place.